Hi, I'm Dr. Jared Gardner, and I'm here today with my awesome residents and fellows, and we're going to talk about granulomatous diseases and go through some cases. What is a granuloma? Just briefly, a granuloma is a collection or aggregate of histiocytes, aka macrophages, clumped together, and they are seen in a wide variety of diseases, and sometimes because of foreign material or material from our body that's in the wrong place, deposited where it's not supposed to be, sometimes because of infection, sometimes for idiopathic reasons. Some granulomas have necrosis, or some people say caseation for that, but sometimes you have necrosis, sometimes you don't. And in derm path, we kind of use the term a little bit loosely compared to the rest of pathology, because we say things are granulomatous sometimes when we just mean that they are rich in histiocytes. So sometimes things that we would call granulomatous in dermatopathology, because they have an abundance of histiocytes, the rest of pathology might be like, where's the granuloma there? I don't see it. So just know that there are some things like that where we use the word granulomatous kind of very loosely, I think, in dermatopathology. So with that said, let's do some cases. Case one, who wants to take it?
I can take this one, Dr. Gardner.
Okay.
This one is one of my favorites. I think even from here I can tell there's like this weird, like cloudy, like kind of spiky stuff in the dermis there. And I think this is good for gout.
Yeah, very good. Gout is, even without seeing the actual crystals, gout has a very recognizable pattern, right? Like you said, I think of these as big, puffy, pink, or sometimes they look blue. It depends. This is an old faded slide, but also it just depends a little bit on the staining, the H&E staining. Sometimes these aggregates where the gout crystals used to be are pink. Sometimes they're kind of blue or bluish pink. And then, but they like remind me of clouds. They look like kind of fluffy. And then when you go closer, you often can see kind of the outlines, the little, like you said, spiky, long needle-shaped spaces where the crystals used to be, and then they dissolve away. People have always said it's during the formalin fixation, but that seems to not actually be true. It's probably something more to do with the H&E stain itself, and also maybe to a degree the processing, the tissue processing in the laboratory. But in any case, if we polarized this as a digital slide, so we can't do that. But if we did, there'd be no crystals here. The crystals are gone, they dissolved. Sometimes if you cut an unstained slide and melt the paraffin wax off of it and don't do anything to it, don't stain it or cover slip it, sometimes you can see residual crystals. Sometimes little chunks of crystals will get left behind and not dissolve. Usually they'll look like kind of a brownish area on the slide instead of this pink stuff. Somebody asked me once, what is the pink stuff that's here? It's not crystals. What is it? Is it collagen? Is it fibrin? I don't actually know. I suspect maybe it's like fibrin, but I've actually never tried to do, like a trichrome or anything here to figure it out. In any case, the area where the crystals used to be is surrounded by giant cell reaction and histiocytes, granuloma, right? So I did forget earlier when I said granuloma is an aggregate of histiocytes. That also includes giant cells. Multinucleated giant cells are histiocyte origin. There are other types that are non-histiocytic, like tumor giant cells, but many of the types of giant cells, like foreign body giant cells, the types we see in granuloma, are usually they're histiocyte origin. Okay, so in any case, let me show you something kind of fun. What's this little structure here? The giant cell, and it's got this spiky little pink thing in the middle of a little vacuole. There's another kind of one here. It's a little bit blurry. That's an asteroid body. And isn't that a buzzword for sarcoidosis? Yes, it is, but I don't think I've ever actually seen one in real sarcoidosis. The most common place I see them is in foreign body giant cells, for whatever reason, gout or any foreign body granuloma. So they're pretty and interesting, and on a test the answer is sarcoidosis. In real life, I usually see them in foreign body giant cells. Here's another one. See right there? There's another one there. It's not the prettiest because it's a little bit out of focus. So anyway, this is gout, all right? Gout, it produces the monosodium urate crystals produce a really intense granulomatous reaction, and this is very painful. And if you teach whoever is grossing the specimen, if they cut open a specimen, even if it was received in formalin and it looks chalky and chunky like it might be gout, or if the surgeon submitting it said rule out gout, if you take a glass slide and you touch it or smear it against the chalky stuff in the tissue, just fresh on the slide, and air dry it, don't do anything else to it, air dry it, Then you can look at that under the microscope with polarized light and see if there's birefringent crystals there. So that's a really great way to get a beautiful slide of gout and see the polarizable crystals, which are the birefringent crystals. But even without that, we can tell this is easily tell this is gout. Okay.